Kia ora koutou. Today we're going to compare sets of information or data on a bar graph. This graph is a bar graph because information is recorded in bars. In the past, we've looked at pictographs where the information has been shown by placing a picture in each square on the graph. Today, I would like to look at the difference between the number of people who like oranges and the number of people who like bananas. The first thing you need to do is work out how many people voted for each fruit. So if we look at the banana, there's two ways we can do this. We can count the squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to work out that 7 people voted for banana as their favourite fruit. Or we can draw along the top of the bar with our finger to the number on the axis. And if you look at the axis, this line shows that 7 people chose banana as their favourite fruit. Can you work out those two ways or use those two ways to work out how many people liked oranges? Great. You will have either counted the squares, 1, 2, 3, to work out 3 people like oranges as their favourite fruit, or you will have traced along from the top of the bar with your finger to get to the number 3. The difference between these two numbers is the difference between the number of people who voted for bananas and oranges as their favourite fruit. So you can work out this difference in two ways. You can either count the spaces between the top of one graph and the top of the other, or you can use a takeaway equation. Let's try both. So the difference between the top of the two graphs is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can work out that 4 more people chose bananas than oranges, and 4 less people chose oranges than bananas. The other way you can work out this difference, and perhaps the quicker way, is using a subtraction equation. So if I draw some boxes, and we're talking about the difference between bananas and oranges, you work out what the subtraction equation will be. If you said 7, because that's the total number of people who like bananas, take away 3 leaves 4 people, you would be right. The difference between the number of people who like bananas as their favourite fruit and the number of people who chose oranges is 4. Let's try this again with strawberries and kiwi fruit. First of all, work out how many people liked each of the fruits. Now I'm going to use the quicker method, and I'm going to put my finger on the top of the bar and follow the line along to the number, and I know that 9 people liked strawberries. If you got 9, well done. And if you got 5 for the number of people who chose kiwi fruit, ka pai. Now we're going to work out the difference. Remember, there are 2 ways. One way is to count the number of squares between the tops of each graph, and the other way is to use an equation subtraction equation. I'll give you a few seconds to work out, using either way, what the difference is between the number of people who like strawberries and the number of people who chose kiwi fruit. Okay, so I know that 9 people like strawberries and 5 people chose kiwi fruit as their favourite fruit. So if I use my equation, what will the numbers be? If you started with 9 and said 9, take away 5, you're correct. What's the answer? The answer is 4. And you can check that just to make sure by using the other method, which is to count the squares between the tops of each of the bars that you're measuring. So here are the squares here. Here's the difference. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we correct? Yes, we are. The difference between the number of people who chose strawberries and the number of people who chose kiwi fruit as their favourite fruit is 4. So we can make some statements. 4 less people chose kiwi fruit than strawberries as their favourite fruit, and 4 more people, here it is here, chose strawberries than kiwi fruit as their favourite fruit. Well done. We'll look at some more of these types of graphs in class to find the difference between the data they hold.